Well, hello there. Hello, everybody. Jeff from VW Bricks. Been battling a printer today, but that's because I bought a new printer and I'm trying to figure out how it works because it's an office level printer for small office. So, network administrator type stuff and weird things that I haven't had to deal with. The interface is not very user friendly, shall we say, at least not for a I won't say I'm not a technical person, but it's more like a network administrator type level of stuff. Anyways, hello everybody. Hello, Battery Powered Bricks. A few other people watching. Hopefully, a few others will join as time goes. I know Matt won't be joining us because he, well, today actually I'm going to quickly throw this up on the screen. Canadian Brick Builders. Today he posted a picture. Whoops. He is in Canadian. Yes, he's in Canadian. He's not a Canadian. He's in Canadian, a city somewhere in the States. So Matt and Thomas were there today. So he posted that in our group. I thought it was kind of funny. So anyways, let me just get the image back. I'll close that for now. There we go. So yeah, he was there today. Sent it to our group just because it was kind of funny. And there was a conversation about where if you live in Canadian, when you say you're from that town, like we're in Canada, so we say we're Canadian. If you're living Canadian, what do you say you are? I don't know. But anyways, back to people on the chat. Eric Sith, hello, welcome. Alternate candidate, hello. Paul is here as well. And Brick Building Brian, hello, welcome. Not going to work tonight. Hello, all. Welcome. Good to see you. Obviously, you've been following us for a little while if you've been lurking, but yeah, Canadian again. Yeah, or Canadianese, I think Matt had suggested. I don't know. Canadianites. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Anyways, so yeah, hopefully a few people will join us. We'll see what happens. If not, we got a bit of news to talk about. We're talking about the latest sets that were released or announced, shall we say? One being, the ISI Salaran Balrog, I think it's called, and the Simba. So I just can't wait to be Sauron was the title for this one, or what was the actual? I forget what I wrote in something about Simba. Anyways, I had a couple. The Eye of Simba. That's what I had as a comment. So, Canadianites like Canadian Day. So yeah. Anyway, I forgot to pull up some images here, so let me just do that really quickly. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want to go to Google image search. Silly thing. Thursday, Monday. All right, we'll throw these up in a few minutes too. Let's start with that. That was last week. We don't want last week. Okay, sorry. High quality production here. Did any of you guys watch or see the Northern Lights? They were pretty predominant here. I went out at like midnight last Monday to try and grab some shots and took these shots with my camera. They were decent-ish. Yes, whoops. That's not what I wanted. They were decent-ish. What I should have done is just hopped in my car. It was after midnight. I should have just hopped in my car and drove out of town because I'm near the edge of the city. But I did get a few shots of them, and like they came out a lot better on the camera, which was nice. But anyway, so but as for the rest of the week, let me go back to trying to get the pictures up here. Yeah, that works. Why not? As for the rest of the week, I was busy building castles. I think I went the wrong way. High production quality here. I have been working on my castle on and off I finished the floor on both sides. And again, I think I'm going backwards because that had a full wall and this one didn't. So I did go the wrong direction. High, extremely high production quality. Um, when are we going to see some Southern Lights? It's a good question. I thought I recalled something about Australia actually was able to see this like that there were. I don't know if there are, but I think I saw someone like that Australia was getting a light show as well. Again, I'm not sure if that's true or not. Might have been just me having a bad dream. Um, but yeah, I started working on the inner wall of my keep. Again, this is not going to be visible really by anybody. This is just me to know that hey, there's stuff inside. Um, so doing the math, trying to build a raised DS here, just because everything underneath is kind of hard to cover up. That was my dinner one night. Big change, actually. You know what? I didn't even mention this. Big change. It might not be obvious, but I updated the racks on this side of my Lego room and the shelving. I've gone to all the same size. I bought the racks a little while ago, and I did that this weekend as I was recovering from a cold. Because hey, what else to do? Why rest when you could, you could you can redo a room. uh, Actually, got to see a bit of the Northern Lights. Surprisingly, halfway down the U.S. And some even farther south got to see them. Yeah, because of the solar storm. Yeah, it's probably pretty cool. I don't ever. I think I only remember once in my life of being walking outside and seeing them personally. Um, I mean, there's other times where it's like, oh, if you look out, you'll see the Northern Lights. I just never bothered, I guess, or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, back to room. I spent the weekend basically removing shelves, and you can see basically here in the background. I got another picture of this. But here in the background, I had to take down all the shelves, which means all the bins have to come off. And Ivar shelves have the metal support beam that goes down. So I basically, if you want to replace one set of racks, you've got to basically go back like another one just because of those support beams, because of those support structures. So like there's one every other shelf. So this one had one and this one had one. So basically, in order to replace this bar here or this rack here, I had to, well, I guess, yeah, in order to replace this rack, I had to replace all three of these. But in order to replace this one, no. So in order to place these two shelves, I had to take both of them off because this one has the support on it. But in order to take this one off, I have to remove the stuff off of this shelf too. So at any given time, I had 3 sets of shelves completely cleared out. And it was a bit of a mess and a bit of a hassle because I don't have a lot of desk space because, castles on my tables and stuff all on those tables and big castle over there. So, lots of weirdness. So I did take some progress shots as I was going. So that's like the first rack was in place, and then in order to do this next one, I had to remove this one. So nice close-up shot. I rearranged all the figures on there, and I also on this side. This was a shorter rack, so I raised the height of this so I'd have an even setting all the way across, and the shelves at the bottom. I also added a row of shelves at the bottom here. This one rack here I need to adjust because it's the only one I didn't change, but each of these 2 shelves need to go up one level. This is one of the first shelves I put in, and the clearance below this guy and this guy are not quite need to be a little bit higher. Hey, wait a minute, it's the Canadian Ian.
Yeah.
How you doing?
There's a Canadian river down here in the U.S. and I basically drove over the river multiple times today and through the town named Canadian, and as you know, because I sent a picture. So.
Well, yeah, and I did actually just share this earlier, a picture that you were not going to join us maybe because you were in Canadian.
Yes.
But obviously, I wasn't expecting it. Sorry, I got to go. So yeah, you guys are on your way to Denver, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, my nephew
Yeah.
graduates on Friday, and
Okay.
so we took a roundabout route. I scored a few Lego deals, so that was
Cool.
nice. We hit
Yeah.
a couple of Walmarts, and the first Walmart I got that like 4 and up Star Wars set that has like
Yeah.
Lys Soleil, and it's not a great set, but the
But
minifigs alone probably sell for like $14-15.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
found it for $15, so I bought a couple, and then I found it for $10, so I bought a couple more, and then I found it for $8.50.
Wow. So you keep on looking for it because it's going to go
Right.
it's
So,
dropping in price the further north you go,
yeah, the first
northwest you go.
store we went in, I said, oh look, it's like 40% off, and then next store was like 50% off, and I said to Thomas when we went in the last one, I was like 75. I'm gonna find it for 75% off, and I did. So
Uh,
so I don't know.
but law of averages, if you bought them every place, then you basically got it for 50%, right? So
Yeah.
you bought
Well,
the
I'm
same
going to take the more expensive ones back because I have the receipt, so I'm just going to return those. So I'll get the
Oh,
$10 and the $8.50 version prices.
okay. Fair enough. Cool. So where is Canadian? What state is Canadian in?
The Canadian River flows through New Mexico,
Hmm.
Texas, and I think also Oklahoma. I could call it up here on
You
my
wouldn't think a river called Canadian River would. You figure it would probably flow out of Canada
right, or
into the upper northern states, and
yeah, or it would be someplace like in Idaho or Montana
yeah,
near the
yeah.
border. But like, why it got named the Canadian River and it's in the southern part of the United States is a bit puzzling. I'm going to Google that, and I
No,
will. I
I
will.
have an idea.
Okay.
Canadian snowbirds, all the Canadians that come down south for the winter, discovered the river, and said, this is the Canadian River. Must be. Um, or maybe it does travel all the way up. Like maybe it's a longer river that does go all the way to the Canadian border. Who knows?
I think it connects to the Arkansas and then flows into the Mississippi. I don't think it goes that far.
Well, maybe Arkansas wishes they were Canadian.
They probably do. They would be better off. I lived in Arkansas. It's not that great.
Oh, geez.
I will find the answer and report back.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So travel's going well?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I always try to pick destinations for stopping points, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there was nothing to look at. Like it was sparse for stop and get out and look at things on this particular um, trip,
Yeah.
and we stopped at a couple things on the second day, and they were both a little on the disappointing side. We stopped at the Bill Clinton childhood home in southern Arkansas. Again, there's not a lot to stop at. And he moved out at age 4, so he doesn't probably even remember. Well, he probably barely remembers living in that house.
Yeah.
And it was okay. It's also really weird going to a historic site for somebody who was a current figure. Like I went to Bill Clinton's. I was given a ticket to Bill Clinton's inauguration, so I was there the day
Yeah,
he
okay.
took the oath of office, and I'm like, wait, there's like a historical. I was there.
Well,
it wasn't that long ago.
I guess
But
everybody
it was 32 years ago.
Yeah, and probably the day the day he won the presidential election, they probably suddenly said, "Oh, this house is now a historical site."
Well, the funny story is that after his family moved out, a whole bunch of different people lived in the house, and the house had
Yeah.
not been well cared for, and the corner upstairs bedroom actually caught on fire, and some of the senior citizens in the town he was running and leading in the polls, and they said, this house either needs to be torn down or completely restored. If he becomes president, we should probably not tear it down. So they
Yeah,
actually had
for sure.
they actually set up a foundation to restore the house, and they don't have any of his furnishings, but they have like period 1950s, which is
Yeah,
the time
okay.
period he was there. So
Yeah.
he did come and visit it when it opened up, and as a kid, he had like a kid's roll top desk, and he walked into his room and he's like, "Oh, you found my desk." And they said, "Well, it's actually not the same desk you had, but
Yeah.
it's the
Similar.
same type." So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was kind of interesting. But for the
I
most
want
part, it's been it's been a little bit disappointing. So,
Yeah, well, fair enough, I guess.
but
So what state are you in right now?
so today, this morning, we woke up in Texas,
Yeah.
and
So you're still in
just
Texas then?
across the Oklahoma border into
Oh,
Texas. We
okay.
had a lovely day. We stayed kind of in this high plains. We spent a day where we didn't travel, and it was just we had deer around our place, so and lots of birds and some beginning of like sort of cacti and stuff were around there, and so it was a nice just to be out of the car and
Yep,
to
fair
just
enough.
see nature.
Yep.
There was supposedly a really good Thai restaurant, but unfortunately, it was the proprietors were on vacation. And then today, we drove across the top of Texas, the hat of Texas, if you want to think of it
Mhm.
that way, and to the northeastern corner of New Mexico. It was interesting. It's almost as soon as we hit New Mexico, there were no signs. I think that corner of Mexico is a Native American reservation.
Okay. Yeah.
No road signs, huge vistas. I mean, you could just see for 50, 60, 70 miles. There were, rainstorms happening onto our left and in front, and you could see like the clouds of rain falling. And then over there, you could see it was sunny, and we're starting to get mesas and like dry washes. You're getting to the high plains, semi-arid, almost desert conditions. And then we hung a right, and now we're in front of the Rockies, and we're just across into Colorado at a town called Trinidad, Colorado.
Okay.
And there's a college here. It's not a very big city, but and then tomorrow we'll shoot up to Denver. We might go through the mountains, or we might go in front of the mountains, 100-ish kilometers. Okay. Yeah. So, um, I certain parts of the scenery have been really pretty, and other
Mhm.
things have been not so pretty.
Yeah.
But I've been listening to podcasts, and especially 32 Thoughts, the hockey podcast. I've listened to all those episodes on this. So
Yeah.
when the scenery is boring, that's where podcasts can come in. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Cool. So yeah, so you're planning, so you'll be driving into Denver on Friday then?
yeah, we'll get there tomorrow evening,
Okay.
and then my nephew graduates the following morning, which is
Yeah.
strange. When I grew up, graduations tended to be like afternoon, evening, but I guess they went to like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and
Okay.
then on the way back, we'll drive a different route. We'll go through Kansas and Missouri. We're
Mhm.
going to stop in a small town in Missouri and have a down day in Hannibal, which is not named after Hannibal Lecter.
Okay.
It's it's the town where the author Mark Twain grew up, and so we'll
Okay.
visit the Mark Twain house, and it's on a list. I've seen it on a couple of lists of like small towns with like they preserve their old downtown core.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's supposed to be a pretty old small town with history because Mark Twain was there. It's right on the Mississippi River, and then we'll drive 2 more days home. So
Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
And so when are you driving back? Like you're staying for the weekend or?
Yeah, we're driving back Sunday morning, so
Oh, okay.
we're
Wow.
only gonna be there for 2 days, 3 nights, really.
Are you gonna?
I have to get back. School actually, my online classes will actually start while I'm on the road,
Oh, okay.
so I actually have to record a couple of video lessons either tonight or at my parents' house or in Hannibal and upload those. Everything else is ready to go for the first week.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
yesterday at the B&B, I went and read ahead. So I was writing quiz questions and just sitting out on the porch and listening to the birds chirp, and
Yeah.
it was nice.
Cool.
If you're gonna have to read a book for your summer class, it's a pretty good environment to do it in.
It's crazy that your summer classes are starting right now.
Yeah, we turned in grades, and then almost exactly uh, 14 days after I turned in grades for the spring semester, the summer semester starts. So not much of a break.
Mhm. Alternate candidate, really close to Hannibal
Oh,
in
cool.
my neck of the woods.
What town are you in?
Hopefully he'll reply. So are you meeting up to Moto at all? Because he's in the Denver area,
He
or?
messaged me and he said, "Let me know when you get closer." I am going to try to say hi.
Yeah.
I have like a couple different people who have all been like, "Hey, let's get together," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"I'm only there for 2 days.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
family's going to expect me to be there to see me, but I'll see if I can get lunch or something with Moto." So
Quincy, Illinois.
I've I will drive through your town. So Quincy, Illinois. As a teenager, I was a big fan of history and westward settlement and those kinds of questions. And Quincy, Illinois was on a list of cities that at one point were thought to maybe become major American cities, but then their growth kind of faded and fizzled out, and they didn't really boom. It sits right on the Mississippi River, and
Mhm.
people thought it would really explode, but St. Louis, south of there, got most of that kind of development. So
Mm.
it did not really take off as
There
a
you go.
urban center. But I do plan on driving through Quincy. So if you've got any like cool old buildings in the downtown, I should stop, take a picture of, post those in the chat. And I'll add it to
Mhm.
the list.
There you go. It's funny. Well, I was going to say it's funny that there's a small enough world that there's people in the chat that are in places you'll be driving through,
Yeah.
and also weird that you know that much about every town in the States. Not every town, but
I'm a frustrated geographer. If I hadn't gone into political science, I could have gone to geography, I think, and been quite happy.
yeah, fair enough. Well, cool. I'm glad you're having fun. I had another question, but I forgot what it was. So
So here's
Hmm?
the explanation. It says the Canadian River was named about 1820 by French traders who noted another group of traders from Canada, Canadian, had camped on the river near its confluence with the Arkansas River. So
Hmm.
it does get its name from French Canadian fur trappers who came down the Mississippi and were engaging in that colonial, pioneer era business of fur trapping. So there you go.
David Sincere is in the chat. Hopefully you'll join us later. But do you know all the towns in Canada, Jeff? I might know a few of the towns. Like I know probably a portion of the towns, but I don't know history about every single town. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a town then read off the history. The only towns that are coming to mind are like Hamilton, Stony Creek, and Winona, because those are Dave's towns, and he talks about them all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
On our the Discord, the Bricks and Beer Discord, I sent a Lego set, a Speed Champions Lego set, to a gentleman who joined the May the 4th chat, and he was sad because he had missed out on the Fast and Furious vehicle.
Okay. Yeah.
You know me, I'm not a car guy, and I was like, I think I got one at my Bricklink store. I'll just sell it to you for
the gray one or the black one?
The black one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dom's Charger, I think.
Charger,
and so he sends me his address, and I'm like, I've never heard of this town in California. And he goes, well, we like it that way. And I said, no. I was like, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it as like, I'm shocked because if a town has at least 10,000 people, I've at least heard of the town, but I had never heard. I looked it up, and it had 12,000 people, so it wasn't tiny. I just, it's basically like bedroom community.
The funny thing is, when you were telling us that comment in Old Gray Bricks last Monday, you mentioned the town, and I'm like, Shy from Shy Time is my time. He does some podcasts, and he actually mentioned someone from that same town. So yeah, Main Street, most of it. Tons of good architecture. Check out the Villa Catherine. Maybe you can get some tourist info there as well.
Yeah, one of the things that, as a Lego project that I've had kicking around in my head for a long time is to build, and in the U.S., I don't know how it looks in Canadian villages, but in a lot of our county seats, you've got the county courthouse, which sits in the center of a square, and then around the square, you have like banks.
Not that common.
No,
here, I don't think.
You have banks, lawyer offices, the First Episcopal Church or whatever. You've got like sort of, sort of foundational businesses that sat right on the county courthouse court. And I've actually thought about doing a layout where I do a courthouse and then I just populate it and then put stuff on the streets. And when I drive through county seats, a lot of times when we hit a courthouse, I'll just do a loop around the courthouse just to look. Sometimes I'll stop and snap a few pictures of buildings that I think are interesting to look at. I'm not surprised that the comment about Quincy, do the downtown strip. A lot of those places have sort of like the Victorian style buildings that were built in the 1880s, 1890s, maybe 1900, and they're quite ornate and they're fun to look at. So
I'm thinking Peterborough, my town here. Like we've got where our city hall, it's been rebuilt, but where our city hall is currently, there are some churches in that area, like kind of around it. And I'll let him know. Hey, Davey. There are some churches around it, but like there's one area here in Peterborough That's basically a row of churches, back to back to back to back, and basically they for east-west traffic in order to get around them because they made the roads one way each direction.
Okay.
So in order to get around most of the roads, you're driving along and then you have to go down, over, up, and then back to continue on that road. It's like really weird, really strange. Yeah. And Davey's here. We were just talking about Winona and Hamilton and Stony Creek because those are the towns that I always hear coming out of your mouth when I listen to your chats or your conversations.
I only live on the wrong side of the lake, that's all.
Or is it the right side of the lake? I don't know.
Well, it's the south side of the lake, so I can't.
South side of the lake, yeah.
We're closer to the equator than you guys.
This is true.
We have warmer weather.
Yeah, you do, and your flowers come up a lot quicker than here, and your trees get their buds a lot quicker too.
If you're on the south side, do you get more lake effect snow?
The polar bears.
You guys don't get a lot of snow. And like, it's weird. Sometimes Hamilton can get dumped on, but where Dave is, sometimes there's nothing. Like in Hamilton, he's like right beside Hamilton, but it's just because it's in the armpit or kind of in the corner. If the wind blows the right way, they call it the armpit of Ontario.
Buffalo, which is 30 minutes down the road, we'll get 9 feet of snow, and we won't get a single snowflake over here.
Yeah, because it's that easterly direction. My
easterly direction is Lake Erie just picks it all up and then dumps it on Buffalo.
my ex-wife was from Erie, Pennsylvania, and they would just get
Tonawanda, Lackawanna.
They would get like 8 inches, and we were up there a couple times for the winter holidays, and her dad would be like, "Yeah, I need to go out and plow. We got 7 inches of snow last night." Like it was just not a big deal. He's like, "Yep, well, we got snow. I'm gonna go out and blow out the driveway."
There you go, folks. The armpit of Ontario, because it's right in the corner.
Right there.
Anyway.
And today on Canadian Geography.
Canadian Geography.
Exactly. Anyway. So yeah, we've caught up with Matt. Davey, what have you been doing?
Trying to stay alive.
Trying to stay alive. Okay, that's good.
No, it's been stupid busy, and birthdays and Mother's Days and celebration of lives and all that stuff. So
speaking of which, happy birthday, Yvonne. I don't know if you're watching.
Yvonne.
It's my sister's birthday today. Woo. I've wished her happy birthday on 3 different platforms this morning, so I'm doing it now on YouTube as well.
Happy birthday.
And David Sincero says Hamilton gets lots of used classic space Lego for next to nothing. This is true. That's because it's the armpit of Ontario, and everybody just throws their Lego there.
It's getting a little slower. Hey, there's a $40 Starfleet Voyager in Aurora, Ontario, which is closer to Jeff right now than to me. Aurora, $40 for a Starfleet Voyager. Hey, Jeff, want to go pick that up for me? It'd be fantastic. It'd be good.
Sorry, I'm eating a chocolate chip cookie. Now I have to see.
Where's Aurora?
Peterborough's up here.
Yeah.
Hamilton's here. Aurora is up here somewhere.
It's east of Toronto.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure. I think it's over in this area here. If my geography is right.
So the Starfleet Voyager is the only non-classic space set I had as a kid. So I had like 3 or 4 classic space, and then I had the Starfleet Voyager.
Starfleet Voyager is classic space.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
Isn't it the white one though?
Okay, so it's not a 3-digit one. It is a 4-digit classic space.
It's not in the gray and blue motif. It's
it was the first ship after the 3 digits. I think it came out in 1980. Like it's right then.
Did it come out that early? Okay, I would have been 10. All right.
Yeah, Aurora is definitely closer to me than it is. It's about it's probably about equal distance.
Well, maybe.
Looking at this, I mean. Anyway.
I already have one, so I don't
know. So yeah, Dave. It's funny because Dave is chatting about, I think you mentioned your videos. I'm just listening to the video just before this chat. I was listening to the video that Dave made 3 weeks ago, saying I'm like 3 weeks ahead, and this video is going to drop somewhere in mid-May. And I looked back at my computer and said, actually, it's dropping exactly mid-May. And he didn't.
I'm uploading one right now on June 17th.
Oh my God! So you're like a month ahead now. Dave,
so I guess you're not discussing breaking news of sets that are being.
Absolutely not. And the thing is, and I talk about Anime North, and I'm going to be going to Anime North 2 weekends from now. Of course, that video is dropping a week after Anime North.
It's crazy. I wish I could get up to those ones, but it has not been working well for stuff. I've got this weekend's our long weekend here in Ontario, so I'm taking Friday off. Going to go hang out with a friend for the weekend. So I'm going to be doing the news remotely again on Saturday morning, most likely. But next weekend for work, they're upgrading our storage servers, like our data storage. So they're bringing our network down, or they're bringing our servers down from midnight till like 8 in the morning. And then after that's done, we all have to, like, I've got to bring stuff down at midnight. And at 8 in the morning, I then have to work for another 3 or 4 hours or more to run all the processes that should have run between midnight and 8 in the morning. And it's like, oh my God. So my entire Sunday next week is kind of hell. And then July, we're upgrading hardware, like a bunch of servers, like different hardware platforms are being upgraded as well in our production environment. So like 2 or 3 of those weekends I'm going to be working also. And it's just like, oh my God. It'll be nice when it's done, but anyways. Happy birthday, Yvonne, from David Sincere. I need to fly up there and hit Up Value Village. Yes, you do. And it has some great parts in it.
It's true.
Yeah. I did pick up a lot last week for $15 off the marketplace, and it was actually worthy.
See, every time I hear Dave say that, I have an urge to go to Facebook Marketplace and see what I can.
Yeah.
Every time I get they give the little notification thing, and I'm like, I don't need bulk brick anymore. I don't need bulk brick anymore. Like I have, other than I need some 1x brick in certain colors because I used it all up. I need specific colors and specific shapes. I don't need volume anymore. I've sort of moved past the
All my volume goes to Jeff.
Is that right?
Yeah. 4 or 5 coats of it now.
Dave has restocked Dave has helped me build the castle. All the base of that castle, like maybe 50% of the base of that castle is Dave's, about 10 to 15% Janie, and the rest is my brick originally. And then he helped me restock my bins again for the castle expansion, which I need to work on before November.
How much dark gray do you use? Because I was shocked by how little dark gray I had in my personal collection. Like in terms of bricks, I had
like old gray or new gray.
Well, new gray. I don't bother.
Well, because like my mountain is old dark gray, like the cliffside and everything. That's all old dark gray, and the new dark gray is in the actual castle walls and stuff like that. So
you don't use a lot of it.
I've used all 4 shades of gray in excess. Like I'm constantly having to order stuff. Like these are my 1x2s right now, and like it's all 3 shades. Hard to see, but it's all. That's
all that you have left right now.
Well, this is from taking apart the previous blah blah blah, the previous keep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was the coffee can lot, Dave.
That guy turned out to be a prima donna.
Oh, okay.
I read his review because I said, okay, so not to go off on too many tangents. I saw it and Paul saw it, and I ignored it. And then Paul said, "Hey, Dave, this looks good." And he said to me, "I said I've seen that one." He goes, "Well, there's M-Tron in it." And I'm going, "Woohoo!" So I looked at it closer this time. I said, "Oh yeah, he's right." So I said, "Okay, hey, dude, I'm interested." That was Friday. Goes by. Saturday goes by. Sunday goes by. The lot hasn't moved. So Monday I send him another response. "Hey, dude, like I'm really interested in this." 3 more days goes by. That's no response. Thursday comes around. "Hey guys, I'm interested." He goes, "Ask me one more time." Well, that's your response. So I said, "Well, if you want me to, I'm interested." And then he ignored me, and the lot stayed up there for another week and a half. So I said, "Whatever, dude." Like, and then I read through his reviews. Some people high praise. Some people said this guy's an ultimate jackass to deal with. So whatever.
When you said ask me one more time.
One more time.
were you saying I'm interested, but I'll pay this much?
I said whatever you want. Like I thought my responses were very polite. So whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I don't need the hassles. I obviously have enough here.
Battery powered bricks. I'm just going to pop this stuff back up on the screen. It's pronounced dark blay. I had to adjust my glasses because it just seemed like that.
It's the funniest thing because like my dark gray is my least amount of parts I have is in dark old gray. Yeah. My dark blade collection is massive now. It's like I got lots of dark blade.
Sorry, your dark gray is your smallest, but your dark bluish. Sorry, your old dark gray is your smallest.
Yes.
And your new dark gray.
Yeah, it's large.
Is massive.
My dark blade is all right. I mean, my light blade is all right there. So I got lots of light blade. But my light gray, my original light gray, is the biggest.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you collect stuff from the 80s and 90s, which is all those colors. So,
but dark gray, I hardly have any. So, just like insectoids.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. So, working on videos.
Yeah, and trying to get my monorail ready for the show in 2 weeks. I took it all apart. See, it's all apart in pieces.
Okay.
It's like wires are hanging.
And are you doing anything to it, or you're just giving it a run? No,
the wires were the pickups were.
Oh yeah, the okay.
The power pickups, because I haven't had a good solution yet. So it was just exposed wire for the pickups, and they just break off.
So in about a month and a half, we'll be able to figure out what your solution actually was then.
I don't have one yet, but I just talked.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're a month ahead now. So hopefully in a month and a half, we'll have a solution.
I got my soldering iron out and everything. Like I was ready to go to rebuild these things, like as I did. And I go halfway through the video that I just made right before this one. I get to wait a minute. If I get the twisted braid stuff from the slot car pickups that I have, and I put it in a heat shrink tube, and I put the wire in the other side of the heat shrink tube, and I melt it, that's perfect. Because that's all I need. I don't have to solder it. Because Matt will probably get this. If you solder braided wire, the solder goes straight into the braided wire. Like it goes, the whole braid becomes soldered now, and it will not bend. It's like, Jeff, I don't remember if you did any circuit board work back in the day. Well, I did. All old-timey guys will remember if you're trying to take a piece off your circuit board, you would get what we call a solder sucker. I mean, it's a bad name now, but a solder sucker. And you put the braid on there and you heat it up, and it takes all the solder out from underneath the ICs and stuff like that. Okay. That's what it's for.
Yeah, I got into computer science where you could actually just take a programming side. You didn't have to do the whole computer electronics side as well.
You missed out. The hardware was the best. Hey, let's build a circuit board today.
Did I? No.
It's like shop class.
Love like shop class.
I did take one shop class, but I think
I have to stop by the electronic superstore tomorrow after work and pick up a bigger piece of heat shrink tubing to try this out.
Okay. Yeah.
So now that's on hold, and I'll make another video tomorrow, and you'll see it in 4 weeks.
There you go. That's awesome. While you were talking, I looked at my phone because I plugged it into charge. The cord's there. You can there. Oh, there. I plugged it into charge, and then I looked at my phone. It was still at the same percentage after an hour, and I'm like, I unplugged my charging cable from my work computer this morning because I needed the USB port for something else. Anyway, soldering can be very therapeutic. So can building and sorting Lego. So do that instead. It's also less messy, maybe.
Or do both.
At least the end result could be. Yeah, anyway. And Lego never sucks anything.
My old-timey soldering iron. It's as old as me.
Old as you. So yeah, actually, I did mention I was at the beginning of this chat. I've been wrestling with a printer because I bought a new printer. My old printer is an old desk jet that was from like 2015 or earlier, and I decided to go up to a color laser just because for Bricklink and stuff. I just want to be able to print color. I want to be able to print color Bricklink pages for my. For the main part, the main reason I want to print Bricklink orders and actually have the part color be visible, because a lot of times I've had it in the past where I pulled, it looks like a dark gray piece and it's actually a red piece that they ordered, and I missed reading that on the sheet, so I gave them the wrong part. Not a big deal. I send a replacement, no problem. But so yeah, I bought a laser printer, and as I was upstairs a couple of days ago after I bought the printer and hadn't been delivered yet, I'm like, when was the first laser printer available? Any guesses? Commercially?
The first laser printer?
Yeah, commercially. When was the first laser printer actually introduced?
Before I got an IT. The HP4 was the biggest printer ever.
So any year guesstimate?
1990.
No. Countess, anything?
So I was fixing laser printers in the 80s.
Yeah, 1984. So I'm like, laser printers have the first one was an HP, I think. I think they said it. It had
Probably.
in drivers and all that stuff. But the first one that came out in 1984 commercially, and I'm like, woohoo! I'm in the laser printer market after 40 years. Like,
It's funny too because the HP LaserJet 4
yeah,
was the printer that lasted the longest on anybody's desk. It was a board cube. It was just a big square
yeah.
cube.
I think we had those.
And you could put any printer driver on your computer, and it
Yeah.
would work with the HP LaserJet 4.
Okay.
Like any printer driver. I thought Matrix printer driver would have worked with the HP LaserJet 4. So
Back when
they were unstoppable and they were fantastic.
So, then I'm like, well, what else has been around for 40 years that I should now get into? Because
the Commodore 64.
Yeah, but I already was into that. It's not that I hadn't.
Right.
Anyway.
Ice hockey. Ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I have the. I can't skate.
Or as we Canadians call it, hockey.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to add the word ice in front of it because that's a given. Well, I mean, we do have street hockey too, but for street hockey, we actually say street hocky. So
there's roller
hockey, and everything else is everything else.
Yeah, but we put the word roller in front of that if you're going to do it. So, but yeah. So
knitting.
But yeah.
Knitting. You said what else has been around for 40 years that I should try, but
yeah, 84, good year. I'm assuming that's alternate candidates here.
Yeah, I was halfway through high school.
Hey, alternate candidate.
Myself.
Alternate candidate. Thanks for the suggestion for the Villa Catarina. I looked it up and it's very interesting visually. So if I can't go on a tour, we might drive out there and see if we can take some pictures. So it's a Moroccan style building. But not that this picture's from a distance, but it's got some.
I get it.
There's some cool interior shots. Apparently, there's tours that are offered. I don't know if we will have time to do a tour, but certainly we might drive by the building. So
yeah. By the way, thanks, Matt, because now I've Bette Midler's from a distance in my head.
Oh, you're welcome.
The Gulf War was like 30 years ago, so you don't have to.
Yeah,
from a distance.
True. I was 9 for the record in '84, so I was in grade school still. But anyway. Oh, I feel old.
Thomas is 10 years younger than me, so he was born in 1980 and I was born in 1970. And every once in a while, I'll mention something and I'll be like, "Oh, that was in 1984. Oh, you were 4 years old. You won't remember that."
My sister was born in 1970.
Yeah,
my sister was born in '68.
I'm still older than your sister.
Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. 68. I don't want to say she was born in '69, but actually,
she was born in the '60s.
My sister was born in '69. I was incorrect.
There's that old expression: if you don't remember,
that has nothing to do with my sister, though. Just
if you remember the '60s, you didn't live with them. I said I don't remember the '60s, and I know I lived in them.
I remember the '70s. I do not. I was born in the 0 year. I remember going from '79 to '80, and they did the top 100 songs of the 1970s on the radio station and stuff.
And Casey and the Sunshine Band be on there.
Yeah. The 70s, everyone talks about tangent here. Everyone goes on about how great the 60s were musically, but the 70s was you had everything. You had singer-songwriters, you had classic rock, you had R&B, funk, and the funny thing is a lot of radio stations were top 40. So you could listen to a top 40 radio station.
Sorry.
You could listen to a top 40 station and you'd hear the Supremes and you'd hear a disco song and you'd hear a country song and you'd hear, it was a really eclectic time period, and then music became extremely segmented in the 80s, but it was
because the new waves and then the prog rock and the punk rock and the and they all got ensconced in their little camps.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that you'll get this too, Matt, because when I grew up through the 80s, if there's a radio stations that would only play that type of music, and heaven forbid they would hear this is Friday Night Request, and you request Duran Duran, and they would lose it on you. Oh, there's no effing way we're playing Duran Duran on this radio station. And then now that same radio station plays all 80s music, no matter what it is. There's Aerosmith, there's OMD, there's Duran Duran. there's Michael Jackson. I'm going, there's no way in the 80s any one radio station would play all those songs.
Right. And
there'd be a riot.
Here in Atlanta, when I used to listen to radio, we have, a couple country stations, a couple of stations that play like rap, urban, R&B, and then like, mid-tempo rock and roll, classic rock. Well, when Coldplay came to town, they did this thing where they would have a musical artist come on and be the DJ for an hour. And so the idea was that they were supposed to plug in their iPod and they could just play whatever song they wanted to over the radio. Right. And so Chris Martin, who, is in a mid-tempo band that mostly has a lot of suburban white people who go to the concerts, turns out he's a huge fan of like R&B. Like he loves R&B. And he comes on and he goes, "Do you play a lot of Missy Elliott on the station?" And the hosts are like, "Sir, you can play whatever you want, but no, we don't play any Missy Elliott on the station."
Not today.
There's another album again that has another suggestion for you, Matt.
John Woodmage.
While you're reading that, I'm going to throw up the last little bit of my share of what I was working on. So redid the Lego wall. I jumped a few pictures ahead just because. So it all looks nice and neat now. There's this area down here is basically the space that I've gained in about 6 inches of space on the floor. So I have red mats set aside to put down there. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But
where did you acquire your foam mats?
Walmart. When I moved in here, I basically bought 4 packs of the mats continuously. And then I added an extension on the room. Like I ripped out a wall on this side and I went to go buy more of the mats and they had changed them. So I have like a visible line down the middle of my floor where one mat type ends with those borders and then the next one begins. And it always pissed me off because now there's 2 different styles. And they've probably changed it since. But yeah, so I got that. I end up also. This used to be a smaller desk shelf. So this is my brickling table, and basically it's just a folding table. But instead of being at ground like at regular height, 32-inch height or 30-inch height, I've actually rested it on the Ivar shelves. So all the legs are folded in, and it's just resting on 2 shelves on either end. But because this is my old printer, and it used to live on the shelf here, but because my new printer is so much bigger, I had to basically swap out a shelf. So I grabbed this from my back room. So basically I took the shelves from behind me, moved some of them into my back room, grabbed the bigger one, or the shorter versions, the short wide versions to move into this room. And like I've basically been moving Ivar shelves around, and every time I do, I got to take everything off and move them around. And then Castle built the dais, or built a wall on the inside, a couple of doors, and then like started working on the dais. So I've got places for flames to go in. Again, no one's ever going to see this unless they actually watch me setting it up, because once it's set up, I'm not going to be able to go in and pull this out.
I have joked that when you go to conventions and they let you print anything you want to in a brick, that one of these days I'm going to get my personal brick that's going to say nobody cares about interiors.
And just as I zoomed in, so I can't. This wall is basically connected on the ground right here. That's the only connection point of this wall. Everything else is floating because there's no studs. Like none of these other studs are in line with this one. And I did this one just because then I can lock in above as well.
Could you use the new piece that has the pin, the 1x1 round that has the pin, or as some people refer to it as the nipple piece? Could you use that to set the wall on?
Just to kind of hold it in place. Yeah, I could totally do that. But I don't know that I'll need to do that, but I could. Yes, that's a good point. Actually, I might consider that if I need to.
Because I've seen them do that on a couple recent sets where they'll have a piece like swing across and join at an angle. They'll use one of those upright pins to just set it in there so it doesn't swing. You might also be able to use the 1x2 plate with the upright, hook that points up as a way to thread that in to give it some stability.
That's true. Like I said, right now, it wobbles, but technically I could also, I manage these ones. These ones were only connected on a few points as well. But I can actually put a hinge right here. But this section separates from this wall, So I couldn't do that because for storage or for transportation, I need to break it up that way. So I couldn't do that.
Does it weebles too?
Sorry?
You said it wobbles. Does it weebles too?
It weebles sometimes, but it wobbles more than a weeble.
So they don't fall down?
Yeah. So and then I used the windows that Victor was selling at Atlanta BrickCon, like the stained glass windows, and I've started putting those around to kind of get an idea. I only actually got 3 of the Lion Knights ones, so I figured I'll use this main knight as for the center, and I've got like the goat on the side, and this one as well, just to add some other glass. I might switch it out at some point with all the same ones, but I didn't have enough. My printer came in.
Yay!
30 kilograms of printer. I needed help bringing it down because I didn't feel safe walking down the stairs when I got it.
Thanks, Tommy.
Sorry?
Thanks, Tommy.
Actually, Thomas's buddy was over for Thomas has been sick for the past week, so his buddy and him came over this morning to have breakfast at my house after their first class, and I asked if he could help me do it, and I said, "No offense, Thomas, I just don't. You're not feeling well. I don't want you to do it." So his friend helped me bring it down. But hey, why do these things still have CD-ROMs or DVD-ROMs? Like what that? Anyway, that's my week. And that's my Google Photos. Yeah, kind of weird. I didn't know that they still came with CD-ROMs. Weird. So, anyways, we'll jump into the news. Exactly. I'm just grabbing my water bottles here because my throat needs a quick watering.
I got mine.
Yeah, I forgot. I had mine from working and I forgot to move them over. So only one Lego Ideas thing this week, and that's the Wallace and Gromit A Grand Day Out. And yes, I believe we have seen this one before. This is by Vacchio, 1,040 pieces, seen from the first short film. Oh, it doesn't actually say it was a return. I think we've seen this one before. I remember talking about this similar model before, and they were allowed to resubmit them after two or three times before you're not allowed to do it. But it is possible this is a brand new one, a brand new version of by someone else. Anyway, let's do a Lego idea set this week. It's kind of interesting. The Milky Way and NASA Artemis sets are now available for purchase at Shop at Home because it is it was May 14th. That was like yesterday. Coincidentally, they haven't actually put the new pieces that came in this set on anything that I've seen yet. So, and I think there were a few new pieces. There's definitely new prints. So yeah, it also available for available. Oh, they didn't put it in here. The gift for purchases became available on Monday as well, which I think I have an article about as well. So we'll touch on that.
I guess if you want to get girder parts, that Artemis is the set to buy. If you want to army build.
Exactly. Girder army build. So one of the questions that came up when Lego released or announced the Notre Dame set was, and I even said it, I thought they were veering away from religious models. So Lego actually released
it's a cultural.
Well, yeah. So this is via Brick Fanatics, and basically the official press release that they have is our policy on architectural landmarks with religious connotations. Culture and history is evolving as we begin to consider representation of such buildings in our extensive product portfolio. Each set will be carefully selected in tribute to its significant culture and historical reverence. The Lego Architecture Notre Dame de Paris set has been created as a tribute to the historical and architectural significance of an iconic building, which is why it has been included in the Lego Architecture line. So, I mean,
is the Taj Mahal? Does the Taj Mahal have religious connotations? I don't know.
I think the Taj Mahal was more of something that someone built for their love of their life type thing. I don't know that it was religious in nature. I mean,
yeah, I ask because I don't know. So,
well, and I mean, every Star Wars set Star Wars is a religion too when you think about it. Technically, yeah. So,
I will buy this set, but I will also wait for either double VIP or a very desirable GWP that I can either keep or flip for $50.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, I love this set. I would buy it at some point if the price was right. I don't have any need to buy it necessarily. It's more just I think it would be a fun build. Although the amount of repetition in this build is not going to be fun. So
Oh no! It cannot possibly compare to the Eiffel Tower.
True.
So I have all of the large scale architecture at my professor office at the college, and it's a great icebreaker, and it looks grown up Lego.
That's true.
Other academics don't go like, oh, you build Lego, but they're like, oh, that's really cool. You got a Lego Eiffel Tower. Oh, you've got a Lego Tower. Oh. So this will eventually make its way to the work office, but I'll be selective about when I purchase it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Jeff and I are gonna send Matt a layout of Fabuland that we're gonna tell him that he has to put in his office.
That would be fun.
I don't have enough Fabuland to even create a building or two, let alone a layout.
A layout.
Just saying.
I also have a couple of the NASA space stuff. I've got one of the Mars rovers in my work office.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
yeah, it's pretty cool. Cool. So we're gonna. I was. Lego made official releases about a few of the themes that we've already looked at. So I just wanted to highlight here that there were some. Does anybody care about Minecraft? Probably not. So we'll just quickly look at the pictures.
Oh, look, it's square.
We've already kind of talked about this. It's square windmills. Square windmills could be a helicopter sideways, though.
That's true.
And I was hoping Mr. Sincere would join us tonight because they did have the town versions, which have a helicopter in them, and we haven't bugged him about it yet. At least not with him on the stream. This one I am very much looking forward to. The Friends bed and breakfast. Wow, devil. Speaking of,
ooh, his ears were burning.
His ears were so.
Oh,
good.
David.
I was just saying that there's a helicopter in one of these press releases, and you're not here to bug me on that.
At least we got one good-looking guy in the stream. That'll bring.
And now I'm here for your pleasure.
For our mocking, mocking as in mocking, not Lego building mocking. The Friends line again. We've talked about these already, but the official images are out. They're higher quality images. There is a new pennant or a new flag style in the sets, in a couple of these sets, like a nice triangular shaped flag. And I've actually noticed it in a couple of the sets in the theme. There it is again. Before, up until these pictures, I didn't notice it existing in another one. Here it is also. Basically all of these camping sets. It's not in this one, which is interesting because I figure water slides, you want to have a flag to say which way the wind's blowing. I don't know why, but I figured you would. This one has a couple.
Why would you want to know where the wind is blowing on a water?
Because if the wind's blowing up the slide, then it might splash you in the face. I don't know. Just because, man. Just because. Hey, wait, we're supposed to be mocking you. But yeah, the castle bed and breakfast, 1,311 pieces, $100 US.
That's a nice looking townhouse.
Friends have done it again, and this will be one that I buy, outright on my list, going to buy it.
Yep.
Yeah. Good job.
They're outdoing city sets again.
They are.
The modernist mansion I bought.
That is the one that I want. That is gorgeous.
What, this one?
No.
The mansion. Oh, the mansion.
Friends Mansion, modern mansion. It's just the best thing I've ever seen.
The Friends Theater is a great build. And then the Friends one with the purple diagonal, that's also a great set. I bought and built.
Oh, the two houses?
Yeah. I need to have like a Friends end cap or something where I just put them all right next to each other.
Yeah, they had a was a couple of downtown city buildings, apartment buildings. I think one was like an IKEA type furniture shop, and it had like a color bar across going to the other building.
Yep.
I like that one too. I never did get that one though. But anyways, we mentioned City and that they were doing better than City, so sure, we'll jump into City next. This one I might get just for the baby stroller. I know that sounds dumb, but I'd rather spend whatever. Well, we get to that price. I'd rather spend $30 US on this set than buy the advent calendar for $40 US to get a bunch of small pieces, because that also has the stroller. Or I'll just wait till it becomes available on Shop at Home and buy it there. But this bus isn't actually that bad, I have to say.
But Jeff, I mean, truthfully, that baby stroller is going to be in more sets. Like, if
I
you're
know.
patient, you could just
I know,
wait.
but it's a new piece that I wanted. I wanted all. Give me.
You can order it on
Bricks and
Pick a
pieces.
Brick like in 6 months.
Well, no, in
Or
9 months.
you could go on Bricklink and just buy 2 of them and save yourself like $30. Oh, he's going to cut me off.
No. Car transporter truck with sports cars. I do like this set as well. I think it actually looks quite nice, the different cars.
This has great play value for kids because you can
Yeah.
load it, move them, unload it.
Yep, exactly. Have you ever heard about the technology or the amount of work it takes to load one of these in real life? Like the software programs that they have to use to say, here's the 5 different cars or the 10 different cars I'm transporting. What's the most efficient way to pack them into this thing?
They have to use software for that?
They have as far as I know, they have software that takes all the dimensions of the vehicles and says this one would best go up here so that the ramp above it can be tilted on this angle so that this car can go on top.
That's wild.
Like there is science behind loading one of these damn things.
You would just think they'd have like some cagey old veteran dude who's been doing it for 50 years. It'd
Well,
be like,
Matt, you're on the road, so if you drive past one of these in the next few days, just have a look at how the cars are stacked on there. They're not just in a straight line. Every car is on a different angle, and the hydraulics involved.
The wildest thing I've ever seen is a hauler that was hauling the cab of semi trucks and it was hauling like multiple of them, and they're kind of like stacked. That was the craziest vehicle hauler situation I've ever encountered.
And I met a lot of, other than Dave Keddes, I don't know that anybody else really remembers Jeff. Smart Jeff. Jeff Elliott, Smart Jeff. That's what I called him. Jeff Elliott was telling us years ago when he was part of the Lego hobby that him and his friends were driving in the States one time, and the friend in the passenger seat fell asleep, and they got up behind one of those truck haulers.
All right, yeah.
And all of a sudden, as they're driving, they timed it to just all of a sudden go, ah, and scream their heads off so that the guy in the seat beside him would open his eyes and see a transport truck right in front of him. And I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible, but at the same time, that was funny. Construction crane. I love cranes. I'm buying it. And then the excavator as well. Also pretty nice looking. I don't need more construction equipment. The Exo Force roller coaster set. Dave, I think of you when I think of Exo Force as well, because I know you loved Exo Force.
I loved Exo Force.
Yeah. And I do too, and that's very similar to the 7701.
Very, very similar to
Exo Force. And on the inside of the set, there's references to Ultra Agents and what the alien space, one of the alien space lines that they had.
Life on Mars, or
no, that was like the city one where the aliens were attacking Earth.
Oh, the Alien Conquest.
Yeah, Alien Conquest. I think there's references on the video game machines. There's different references, like there's different games for those type of things. So this is pretty cool. The Seaside Harbor with cargo ship. Also pretty cool. I like the fact it's a brick-built cargo ship, so if you have the right bricks, you can make it longer. I don't know. Just to me, that's a great idea. And then we get into the jungle themes with the new Red Panda, Jack Stone. Wow. Jack, what's his name? What's his name again? What's the character from the Adventure, the Explorer sets? Really, guys?
Sorry,
that was my Dark Ages. I don't know.
That's when Lego can produce a set.
Oh, Johnny Thunder.
Johnny Thunder. I knew Jack Stone wasn't right. Yeah. Yes, thank you, alternate candidate, for thank you.
This is the Red Panda set where you get other people as an accessory.
Pretty much. But Johnny Thunder is in most of these sets, and characters from Johnny Thunder have returned. in these
I like
sets. We got
the
the airplane's
almost
awesome.
like a helicopter.
Sand green alligators. Just wait, Dave. There's a helicopter coming. This one with the tiger, I absolutely love as well. This truck, I love the angles on this truck. And yes, I know they're just tiles turned sideways, but for some reason, I just love the look of this truck. It just looks awesome.
I think is that tiger? Is that a new mold or just a repaint?
I think it's a new mold because it's got the fur around the chin.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's a new mold because they haven't had a tiger in the past, from what I recall. They did lions last time.
Meow.
Yeah. Tow truck with sports car. We have 4+ set. Okay, continuing on. Helicopter set. David's here. Davey. And it's a big helicopter. It's got play features, dude. I think these modules, I think like the vehicles and this thing can actually go inside the helicopter. It comes with the apes or the gorillas, the baby gorillas. I mean, I want this set even though it's got a helicopter. Maybe I'll buy this set and give Dave the helicopter. No.
And of course, they always put the new animal mold in the $100 set, like the mammoth.
Or I'll buy the set and I'll sell you the gorillas.
Or I'll just buy the gorillas on bricks and pieces.
But with the strollers?
The mastodon only came in the $100 set, and then like the big elephants came in the $100 set.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to make money off of us or something.
Again, Monkey Kid, we've already talked about these sets as well, but just scrolling through, stop me if you want me to stop. But the Pagoda set looks pretty cool just because of the height of it. It's funny, though, because I think they just announced a new tall set that's probably taller than this one, which we'll get to in a few minutes as well. That's not Monkey Kid, but, another theme that is not, well, that isn't Lego owned. This one is Lego owned. I'll shut up now. All right. Promos this week. They finally announced officially the Alien Space Diner set is now live on Shop at Home. With it, if it's $130 Canadian price point, $100 US. And if you purchase $50 US, 65 Canadian of City Dreams Friends Technic, City Dreams Friends or Technic sets, you can also get 2 of the smaller promos, which are the new space polybag with that little scooter thing, and the Technic. It's a 2 promo, the Technic Mars rover type set. Did anybody get a chance to place orders for those? I'm thinking not. I know we've kind of been watching our spending and stuff. I can't say I didn't. And I have to order some orange air tanks.
$100 worth.
At least 3 of them.
3?
I ordered 3 different orders. I ordered some bricks and pieces stuff to fill up one of the orders. I got all the Speed Champions from March finally. That will be arriving. Most of them will be arriving tomorrow. I bought the Lego Friends Technic Rover. Hold on, Davey. Hold on. Yeah, helmet. It's the air tanks I don't have. The helmets come with the characters. I bought the Friends Rover set, and I bought the City. Oh, I bought the larger City Rover, Space Rover that I didn't have. It's going to be City complete. I might have bought the City multi-pack, which had the 3 small sets in one. Again, I ordered 3 things, and I bought the smallest Technic Space set as well.
So I bought the Technic Rover that you mentioned. I like that one.
Yeah. And I wanted to get it. I don't want to get the bigger ones. I don't really care enough to buy the bigger ones, but I wanted to get the smaller one at least.
Well, I wouldn't mind the plane thing, but it's just it's expensive.
Yeah, exactly. But and yes, I already have a bunch of orange characters. Yes, I do. It's just I wanted to open. I want to have a couple to open and one maybe to trade with someone else in the future. I don't know. I've been waiting for a good, and honestly, 3 orders, getting 9 gift of purchases. Yeah, I'm getting to you, Dave. Sorry, I have to move the mouse. Okay, yes, you have orange air tanks as well. Yes, okay, fine.
You want some?
No, I'm as I'm building the castle, I'm ordering parts as well.
Okay.
And orange air tanks are best sellers, so if I order it this week, I'll get it next week type thing. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is just placing lower orders to get bricks and pieces parts and stuff. So but yeah, so
cool.
But for the record, I did say I was at least getting 2 of these sets when they came out, and I was saving up my purchases for a while. So
Cool.
Oh, you can find $100 $150 in parts, can't you?
So yeah, but the other two smaller gift poly bags have to be $50 or 65 Canadian in City, Friends,
City,
Space, or Technic.
Dreams, Friends, or Technic. Yeah.
Yeah, Dreams. Yeah. So I didn't buy any Dream stuff, but I took care of Friends, Technic, and City. So
Well, you could go out and get those amazing friend sets and spend $100 in a hurry. So.
yeah, but those Amazing Friend sets aren't out yet. The new ones.
But if you want the poly bag, you could just go to Dollarama and spend $5.
Yeah, well,
tax to
$10
get
because
one.
it's two poly bags. Okay, but I wouldn't have gotten.
Like I did tonight.
Okay.
I was at the Dollarama tonight, and there's a poly bag. I'm grabbing one.
If anybody does go to the Dollaramas and sees the Animal Crossing one, because that's one that was a poly bag through Shop at Home and it sold out before anybody or a lot of people could get it. So it's like a little Animal Crossing character, and I thought the character looked cute, so I wouldn't mind picking one of those up. But anyways, Jurassic World summer sets were revealed. So this is actually new news. First up, we have, and this is based on a TV show. Luckily, we probably won't get a copyright strike for bad humming of a song. Love you, Dave.
You keep going, Dave. It was great.
That's why I'm humming, because I don't want to get tagged for a copyright thing.
First up, we have the baby. You wouldn't get tagged, I would. But anyways, first up, we have the baby bumpy Ankylosaurus set at $25. It's interesting that we're building a brick-built dinosaur. Kind of looks cute. Obviously, if you watch the TV show cartoon that's on, I think Netflix, you would understand this more. But I didn't know there was a Netflix show until these sets came out. So
You didn't watch the show?
I've never. Well, it's a cartoon, right?
Well, kind of
Or
an
it's CG.
anime thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the show because I didn't know it existed. I go to Netflix once in a while, but I don't.
The first two seasons are decent, I would say, but it goes south on the third season. And
goes south. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Anyway, okay.
Is that where the T-Rex comes in and eats the baby dinosaur?
No, that's when they came in. They come in with robots and.
Yeah,
right.
There were a lot of robots in the dinosaur era.
There were. Well, okay, with the dinosaurs, Jurassic World is current era with dinosaurs on the. Anyways, so there are robots in the current era. But Dinosaur Mission Stegosaurus Discovery. I think this is the first large-scale Stegosaurus we get ever for a $65 US set.
That's why Jeff Drudges said we're probably getting one.
Yeah, 420 pieces. Interesting piece count. Anyways, just pointing that out. Dinosaur Mission Allosaurus Transport Truck, 588 pieces, $90 US.
You're basically paying that much for the dinosaur.
For the dinosaur, I agree, and some truck parts, but mainly the dinosaur.
It's the dino tax. You're paying the
dino tax. And I swear, every Jurassic Park sets need to have in the theme a transport truck carrying a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Can we learn from our mistakes? Don't transport dinosaurs anywhere. Don't dinosaur. End of story.
Don't clone dinosaurs. Don't transport dinosaurs. Don't piss off dinosaurs. Don't let dinosaurs loose.
Yes, exactly. Paul, welcome. Haven't seen any Space Diner gift for purchase on the marketplace yet. They'll show up.
But I do like the semi truck though.
It's not bad.
The tractor is pretty good.
I'd say it's better than the Lego the Lego transport truck. That's the yellow one that came out. It looks a little nicer than that. Although the front of the yellow one I really like. It's just the roof part that seems a little odd to me. Or the top of the cab. Well, that was weird. Did it go black for you guys too?
Yep.
Weird. Both of my
we're sharing that internet connection with the beavers, right?
I'm not getting a low connection right now, although only 5 people are watching. Sad. Lego. So Lego also introduced or announced the Retro Radio, which has a sound brick inside of it. That when you click the knob, you can turn it on and off. When you click the knob, it plays different sound bites. One of them says Lego Radio, like as a song. There's like a little news blurb and stuff like that. It also has the ability, you can open up the back, you can pop your cell phone in, and you can play your cell phone music just through it doesn't go through the brick at all, but it's just, you can plug your phone in, or you can put your phone in the back, and you can have your music coming out of the Lego radio. So I was like, okay.
Given that your phone has great sound.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was thinking, maybe there's some kind of way that you could somehow put it through the brick so it sounds like old timey music. But yeah, anyway. So this set's releasing June 1st for insiders, probably June 4th for everybody else. That's a guess on the date. I don't know. Set has 906 pieces, retails for $100 US. An old school radio from the 50s or 60s. It has an on-off switch, and the soundtrack is pre-recorded sounds. I mean, it looks like an old radio. And the first time I saw it, I'm like, did Michelle from Lego Masters have anything to do with this? Because this is like the season 2 Michelle. She builds a lot of real-time or real-life Lego builds, like scale. You know what I mean? She builds a lot of stuff that are real life as replicas. The interesting thing is also the handle you can grab it by the handle and it will hold the model, which I thought was kind of interesting. Like I looking at that handle, I'm like, oh, that thing's gonna break pretty easy. But people were shaking it in some of the videos and it was holding together. I'm like, okay. And Cowdays, for the record, it's got a new 1x2 brick in the light aqua, or this aqua color.
Technic brick? Awesome.
1x2 Technic brick, yes. So aqua, but no other bricks in that size. So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking.
Simba.
A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about another Simba set, a smaller, like 30. Another $30 smaller city set or a creator set. Yeah, I muted him because I can. I have the power. He can unmute himself though too, so anyways.
My daughter is saying that it's not what I'm supposed to sing.
I agree. You're not supposed to sing. I agree with her. Stop singing. No. So yeah, Lego has released an 18 plus sized Simba as well, which is 1,445 pieces in bright light orange. So this is the grown up version of the smaller set. I'm just trying to see 18 plus set listed as June 1st release as well. And it's also coming at the same day as the Lego Ideas cat set, the Tuxedo Cat as well. So any feline lovers, they now have multiple sets they can buy. And Simba is posable in that his tail can move, his head can move. Not sure if his mouth opens. No one said that either way. But nice bright light orange parts pack as well. And tan for some of the parts in here also. Why is there an ant crawling across my laptop?
Because you dropped crumbs in
You're in the
it.
basement.
I don't know. Well, I am in the basement, but we don't have very many ants in here. That's probably the second one I've seen in a while. So anyway, all right. And lastly, new sets announced this week is Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. Forgive me if I
What did you call it?
Yeah, I don't care.
It's Barad-dûr.
Barad-dûr.
Did I not say Barad-dûr? Anyway, I don't care.
I am
not. I enjoyed the Lord of the Rings movies, but I did not remember every single theme. Originally, when
did you read?
I sent a picture of this to my kid, and I said, "Look, the Tower of Orthanc, they're making it." And he's like, "The what?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, the Tower of Sauron. Yeah, that's it." And then yeah, it has the Eye of Sauron. I was partially there the second time. But yeah, this set has been officially announced, releasing June 1st as well. $459 US. I'm afraid to know what it is in Canadian, obviously in the 500 plus range. For the first week, while supplies last, if you buy this set, you will also get a 269 piece Fell Beast as a gift for purchase, which I believe is shown below here. So Lego is doing it again in that, encouraging people to spend their hard-earned money in the first week of a set coming out, because if not, you'll never get this set ever again unless you get it on Marketplace.
And I'm gonna predict that set will probably sell for $50-$60. So I'm gonna buy it
even more.
I'm gonna buy it the first week just so I can sell it.
Yeah.
So I get $60 off if I buy it and I get the GW.
Well, there you go. And I think I might be wrong, but Night Wraith, is that what that character's called? The guys with no faces? I forget what their actual name was. What are they called again?
The Night Kings, I think.
Night Kings? No.
King, and they are ring wraiths. So you
Ring
got
Wraith.
half,
Okay,
half,
I was close.
You got half
but,
of two different things, but it's
Ring,
you were trying. You were trying. We'll give you extra credit for trying. So
Ring Wraiths are rebuildable, I believe, because there's more than one of them. So
the one thing about the GWP set is that I think the wing, which I assume is like cloth or plastic, I think that's unique to the set. So I think the only way you can build that is if you get that GWP set.
Yeah.
Now, if it shows up on Bricks and Pieces,
but it won't.
It won't, because it's an IP set.
Exactly. So this is going to be a sought after set. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to sell it within the first few days. It might not even make the June 4th, or it might make the June 4th if they hold some back to release on June 4th when the regular public is allowed to get it. So thoughts on the set? There are designer videos out, or there are videos. Matt's buying it. Obviously, Dave doesn't give a crap. Cowardice doesn't give a crap. I mean,
I have Lord of the Rings every year since I was 14 years old.
I have every Lord of the Rings set that they've made.
I have none.
The interesting thing about this set is that they've built it in layers. I've seen a few videos now that have shown that the lowest part, it's just got like the sliding rails on the side, like that they used to have on the old Techno motors, with the gutter piece in it. So you can basically take the second level off, and the next level is like every level is basically removable. And they've also built it so that if you bought two of them or had enough parts to build one of these middle sections, you could actually make the tower higher. So you can make it more to scale with the movie to make it more movie accurate, because I'm assuming this isn't quite movie accurate in its height.
No, it's not. It's not movie accurate. And my pet peeve with it is that in the movie and in the books, they never go into Barad-dûr. I mean, they never went in the tower. You don't know what's in the tower. So
I know
you know how the tower looks from the outside, but
Brixie had an interview with them, and I had heard that one, like with the actual designers, and they said that basically, while they never had images of inside the tower, they talked to the original IP people that were working on creating the towers in the movies and stuff. And they gave them some ideas and like went back and forth about what they might have in there. So, there's still some stuff, I guess, that, while not movie accurate, is at least, Lord of the Rings.
Not movie accurate, nor is it book.
It's from the deleted scenes. Come on.
I think I killed it. Yeah, it's the director's cut. Yeah,
because I've read the trilogy. I've read the trilogy before.
Watch every year,
and before seeing the movies, and and they went into Barad-dûr. They never talked about the inside of Barad-dûr. So.
Well, maybe the Lego Lord of the Rings video game went in there, or no, it was the Hobbit video game. I don't know. But anyways, my kid played it. I'll ask him if they ever got into the tower. All right. Speaking of the Barad-dûr, did I say it right that time? Yes. Barad-dûr?
That was better.
Okay. 83 centimeter tall Tower of Mordor.
We just upgraded you to a B-. So.
Okay. New Elementary did a quick little.
I thought you were done grading that.
Huh?
Oh no! I start back up in like 7 days, so I have to get back up in my grading mode.
New Elementary has done a review on some of the parts and figures and stuff. That's quite these figures, Matt. If you're selling the figures, I think these figures are going to go for a crap ton as well.
No. The set does not get broken up. So
buy two, because with that extra gift of purchase and the figures,
it's a $460
you could do
set.
like a really tall Baradur.
You could probably sell the GWP for 60. You
Yeah.
could probably sell the new figures for 25 a piece,
Okay.
but they reused a number of the figures. So not all of the figures are unique. So you could probably get $160 out of selling off the new figs and the set.
But if you buy two, then you get two giftable purchases, so that's another $60. So that's $220. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just saying that, you know.
Jeff's trying to convince you.
I'm trying to convince you. So the figures that are repeats, are they from current sets that are out, or from sets way back when?
I'd have to look at them individually. I don't.
If they're from like the older Lord of the Rings, and those figures are going to be sought after still because
they're not available anymore. Yeah.
They're not available.
There's a new Gollum, but like.
Oh yeah, I did see that. And these new helmets are pretty cool.
Sam and Frodo are just repeats. So.
Okay. Well, but Sam and Frodo, who cares about them? Like, yeah, they're repeats.
Exactly. Who cares about the heroes?
Well, yeah. No, but I mean they're in all the sets, right?
And they are not movie accurate because they were not dressed like that when they got that far.
That's right.
All right, fine. Anyways, it has a bunch of cool figures. And yeah.
And yeah.
And the helmets are kind of cool too. And it comes with the rain. We haven't seen the rain in a little while. Yeah, maybe not. I guess the rain was probably in the Rivendell set, wasn't it? As well, I'd assume it was.
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, we have a new Gollum as well, and two Gollums.
Two Gollums.
Oh no, comparison. This is old versus new. Okay, sorry. Old figures versus new figures. Some nice printed window panels of scrolls. Interesting handprints.
Those are nice.
Recolors 1x4 trans orange. Interesting. The Ninjago weapon piece. Yes, I say Ninjago. Deal with it. The arches in dark orange. The new Speed Champions items in brown, and these two colored. I hate these things, honestly.
The tail that's been dipped in a different color.
I'm not a big fan of these just because there's no use for them, I find. But
I have a bunch of those in light and dark gray, and I never use them.
Yeah. Some weapons in these are rotor helicopter blades. They've used them for helicopter blades in the past, just for Davey. The new wedge roof topper piece in black. Recolors dark brown. Anyway. Oh, and paper bags. Both this set and the radio come with paper bags completely. At least the radio does. I'm not sure if this one is completely paper bags. Let's just see if they say that. Yep, biggest set so far with only paper bags. So they finally switched over in the June sets. Anyways, we're not going to get into the build. Speed Champions. They did a quick review on the Mustang Dark Horse set. Again, parts. This one's coming tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to build it this weekend, but hopefully. The wedges in dark gray and black, the bracket that we've talked about a few times, some dark blue bits, which are nice. The dark black or the trans black. Wow, it's a day. Some is that reddish orange or is this just red? Technic brick. Found one other set. Does it say what color these are? Why does it not say the color? Zooming in, we find it. Oh, tiny red recolors. Sorry, my bad. It was such a small word. It's only 3 letters. I just zoomed over it. Some prints and the stickers, and then the figure. Although the hairpiece is pretty cool. Meh. Yeah, and the retro radio for Dave K. Just so you can see, it has lots of the Technic bricks with a hole in it.
Woot.
In the aqua color.
Aqua.
Lots of aqua, obviously, because the whole thing is aqua. Including the sound brick. Lots of Technic as well, because it has a lot of functionality built into it to turn the dials and stuff like that. The sound brick. They've even opened up the sound brick because you can't open up the sound brick because it's got batteries in it. You're going to have to replace the batteries at some point because you're probably going to use it so much that you're going to drain the batteries. I don't know if this is going to play. I don't think this will play if I click it. I mean, it'll play. I just don't think the sound will come through.
Yeah.
Because I haven't set it up that way. Anyways, parts printed. It's all printed. No stickers in this set. So that's kind of nice. And then just, again, lots of aqua pieces. The gear train's in here as well to kind of show how it's set up and stuff. So if you want more info, hop over to New Elementary. They'll give it to you. Also, this came out the day after our chat last week, was that there are some items that are going to be removed from Bricks and Pieces at the end of June or at the beginning of June. View the list by Last Chance Pab here. And there's a few, I'm just going to get over to there's a few parts that are kind of interesting. There's a lot of yellow being removed from the system.
Good.
Yeah, good. Wow.
What do you have against yellow?
Yeah, Matt.
It clogs up my drawers and I never use it for anything.
Fair enough, but
Don't buy any.
I'm just kind of scrolling through quickly just so you can see what's
The
being
retiring
removed.
guns?
Well, that particular gun, yeah, Wild West style gun. What are you doing? Getting rid of my knight's armor? No.
Oh dear.
It's okay.
Is it?
Jeff
No,
had lots.
the sheep is being. We're losing the sheep
And the
and the pig. Oh, is that the Duplo? No, that's the baby pig.
They're getting rid of the animals awfully fast.
Well, I guess.
The black-
my guess is that they're not making them anymore and they're running out of stock, right?
The black squirrel, which we got the red squirrel in our bulk lug, but the black squirrel was only in 2 sets, and then that's it. They didn't make any more. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times I assume they only make enough to fulfill what they need, and the leftovers go to Bricks and Pieces, right? So yeah, yellow brackets, some yellow tiles. The sport girder in blue is going away.
Why?
Well, 'cause that's why they were putting it in the store inventories as well, right?
Why?
Dark pink Technic 1x1 brick. Tiles 1x6, 1x8, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, yellow.
Why?
I don't know. I'm assuming that they're not getting rid of them completely. Maybe they've got a new number or something that is just in here because that number is being discontinued. But I mean, we use yellow tiles for things. Battery powered bricks is definitely using a lot of yellow now. Oh, that's interesting. Lego is also charging customers for shopping bags. Going green. Well, okay, obviously not, because May the 4th, when I went there, they gave me the Star Wars gift bag with the Star Wars logo on it in another large gift bag when I only bought a small bag of stuff. So they gave me 3 bags that day and you charged me a cent. But, you know, not that I'm complaining. Inverted tile in yellow. What was that?
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's some parts leaving. I wouldn't say they're huge showstoppers other than maybe some of the yellow parts. What color is that? That's an 8x16 tile. Is it going to give us a color? Medium lilac. Okay, well that's like one of the purpley ones.
Purple.
And yeah, that list is completely clickable. If you do want a part and want to add it, you can just do that through the system. So that's handy.
I'm disappointed the trans clear structure support piece is going away. Is that trans clear
is it?
or white? Is that white?
Hold on. I'm going back because that
Go back.
that one is white at the looks
That's
of it.
white. Okay.
Just verifying. Yeah, white. And the other one, I think trans blue is going away though at the looks of it. I think that's trans blue.
That was on the pick-a-brick wall. I got a ton of those.
Yeah, transparent light blue.
Oh, I'm sorry, regular blue, not trans.
No, yeah, this is trans. Yeah, you're talking about the girder, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy, which I managed to get some on my way back from Atlanta BrickCon. So
coming back to the poly bags for a second.
Yeah.
I threw some stuff in a cart and none of the poly bags are filling in. So I don't know if Shop-a-Home sold out or they.
You put city sets in?
I put Dreams in. I put Dreams in. I put City in, and they did not populate.
Space Diner. No, it's gone.
Yeah.
They've sold out. Just the Space Diner is left because it's not coming up here as well.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe I'll have to go to the Lego store in Denver and see if they have it at the store.
Or go to your local store that sells polybags and just pick them up for $10.
We don't have stores like that.
Okay. Well, then contact your local friendly Canadian who, we all have Dollaramas nearby. All right, Brothers Brick.
There's tons of it
I'll
on the
trade you
wall.
some orange spacemen for them.
I went today and they charged me 15 cents. Interesting. Brothers Brick, I didn't grab a lot of models from here, but I did grab a few. This one's by Eero Okkonen. It's a construction style figure based on a TV show, I believe. Yeah, I don't know what show it's from, but it's using it's using some parts that were only available in the Galactic Explorer Monkey Kid set. Anyways, I just like a kind of an anime style character, with some cool design. I don't know, thought it looked cool. That's what I showed at these things, just pictures that look cool. Next up, we have a second follow-up mock by Joey. We talked about this Joey's mocks last week, where he built the Lego camera robot using the old Vision Command camera from Mindstorms. And so now he's using, I think that's a Duplo camera. Actually, I think that's the Duplo. I think Duplo had some kind of camera system too. I don't know about that 100%, but that looks like it's got some kind of lens in it. So hold on, does this actually say? Let's see. Nice parts usage of the year. It certainly earned my vote, not least because now
Duplo
it's got a little
accessory.
sibling. Using one is a Duplo accessory. The camera throws off the scale slightly. It's not until you look at some of the parts used elsewhere, like the windscreen, the body. Okay, so so he's filled in stuff behind it. Okay, because looking at this image, it almost looks like there's a lens in here, at least from my point of view. But yeah, so it gives you the size of it here. So it's just a little smaller robot, and in comparison to his Lego one from last week, look, he's got the lens for his friend. Anyways, I thought it was cool, and Joey works at the Legoland in upstate New York.
I do like how he hid like the 10 meters of USB wire that came off that camera.
Yeah, well, he's used all of it.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of which, sorry, just as a side note, today I was walking through. I had to grab some stuff at Walmart, and I was in the toothpaste aisle. And when I walked out, I walked past all the hair curlers, and I noticed one of the cords was dangling there, and I'm like, because like they were in things that you could pick it up, and I guess see how it feels or whatever. And I noticed the cord was hanging there, and it was just sliced off, so I had no plug attached. And I'm like, that's a brilliant way to get people to not take your products, like to not grab it and just pocket it. Well, I mean, you could still hotwire another cord to it, but I thought that's a brilliant idea. Anyways, just thought I'd share that because I was like, I never saw anybody do that before. All right, a little castle one as well. What awaits the weary travel within the wintry walls of the Crow's Nest? This is by C. Cerebus, formerly known as Crow's Nest. So it's just, like I said, a cool little castle mock.
Winter
six-sided towers, using cheese slopes in between. Yeah, winter castle, and I want more of this faction. We don't have enough. This faction only came out, I think, in the collectible minifig series. Speaking of which, the Gumball Machine, Dave, you weren't here last week. We were talking about the Gumball Machine Lego Idea set that will give us a brand new. There will be a vote for it for a brand new classic space color and a new castle torso thingy. So yay! What color do you want? If you had to choose any classic space color, what color would it be?
I would go with dark blue.
Dark blue? Countess?
Ooh, dark blue's nice.
He's colorblind. Dark Countess? No.
Because I colorblind with Dave because he's the expert.
Nougat? Okay.
Nougat space.
How about you, Dave? Any? Is there a color that you've always wanted? What works well in your org chart?
I dark blue.
Sorry?
Because dark blue's already there with the stormtroopers, so I mean, having dark blue space take on its own, perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to resubmit mine. I'd like to switch mine to dark turquoise so I can use it on my Jetsons tower.
There you go, dark turquoise. I think I would like dark tan. I think that would look like a nice shade. Dark tan, or even regular tan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see what happens. We'll see what we get. Maybe they'll even throw in a black torso in there too, because we haven't had black for a very long time, and that's what the community's been asking for. I mean, they did give us a black air tank recently, in although it was already out in that little $15 Lego set with a white figure with a black air tank. It's like, what the heck?
They haven't re-released yellow yet.
No, he has a naked spaceman.
Well, they did with the Benny Space
the Benny
Squad.
one. Yeah. Was there yellow in that one?
There was no yellow
Yeah,
there.
there was in the Benny Space Squad. There was Benny, there was Lenny,
Benny, Kenny, Jenny.
there was so there was
Was
a
there
white
yellow
one,
in there? I can't remember now.
yellow one, and
There was
pink
pink.
one. Pink, yellow, and white with Benny
Oh.
in blue.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, we didn't get red until the Galaxy Explorer.
Yep. So they have given us naked space guy again.
All right, forgot about that.
Woo.
The black one is the only one missing from the lineup.
Black
Yeah,
and
black.
black and non-Benny blue.
Well, yeah.
We haven't gotten a non-Benny blue, I think, in a while.
That's a good point too.
Yeah. So
We got baby Benny blue.
true. Less Than 50 Shades of Grey by Jessica Farrell. I pulled this up just because it is using a lot of different shades of gray that you forget. You forget how many grays there have been in different parts. Let me just.
The mosaics had that one color gray, that light gray.
Yeah, exactly. There was a very light gray.
I like me.
Let me just see if I can get original here. It downloaded it. Really? Just to zoom in on all the different shades. And I mean, the quality is not the greatest here, but this is a digital.
They use rocket engines. That's brilliant.
This is a digital though, isn't it?
Yep.
Because banana, I don't think these plant pieces came out in gray.
No, they didn't.
No.
They still use rocket engines. That's brilliant.
It's digital art. That's what it is.
Well, that's
not a build.
No. Does it actually mention that? I didn't read the article. Done completely in monochrome.
Jeff doesn't read the articles. He just buys it for the pictures.
I just buy it for the pictures. I do 100%. There's more interesting parts in this build that I can point out.
Flowers were available in Trolls World Tour 2020 product line.
While the arching spine on the upper left is made from parts ceased production in 20. Oh, so maybe it isn't digital. It looks like, I guess the quality of the picture, just the download picture just looks pretty crappy, but all right. I take that back, I guess. All right, and I think the last one, or second last one we had here was Guardian of Nice Parts Usage. This is by Wormywood. I don't remember if we showed this one previously. It looks familiar, but I don't think we have.
Nope.
Again, just a beautiful nice parts usage of all the different grays and reds in there. It's just kind of really awesome. All the hair pieces and stuff.
The tail is too puffy though.
The tail is too puffy. Well, you know what? Some animals like to have a puffy tail.
No.
Okay, so Dave does not appreciate this. Fine. All right, and
I appreciate the hard work, but the tail is too puffy. I mean, you went all in on the tail, and
there you go. Bob DeCordy's an elegant spaceship for a more civilized age, and I knew this looked familiar. I knew it was a Star Wars Old Republic ship from the role-playing game. I've seen pictures of this one before, but it's a very nice-looking ship, and I don't know, just from a shippy point of view, this one definitely is nice. It's still very Star Wars-y-ish, a little bit of Corellian Corvette in there as well, and stuff. So
notice how Jeff can pronounce all the Star Wars shits, but he can't pronounce Barad-dûr. Just noticing
because Jeff doesn't watch Lord of the Rings that often.
I'm gonna send you a YouTube channel that goes over all the background lore of the. It's called something like Lord of the Nerds or something.
Sure, you can send it. If I'm watching it or not, or looking at it is a different story. I'm going to adjust my glasses with the wrong finger right now. But, also, new parts added this week on Brickset. On yesterday, we had the orange torso obviously added because it was now in that gift for purchase. I guess it wasn't in the original catalog because it only came in the book. And a few other pieces added today as well from some other set. I don't know which. I don't remember what came out in the last few days. This might actually still be from that same space set. I don't know. Well, let's find out. They're all in one set, so let's figure out what set it is. Oh, this is in the new Milky Way
The
galaxy set.
Milky Way galaxy.
There you go. So these are all new parts in the Milky Way galaxy.
Milky Way galaxy.
So, and that is the news.
Good
I love
job,
that picture. I love that picture. One of these days, I'll build this in Lego with a little Lego red bike in the front. That's always been my thought. But yeah, Dave, do you want to give us an update of how life has been, or just say no and we'll end the chat? I don't know. I was kind of
No, I could
because we never got your update.
Yeah,
Have you been building anything?
I did. Well, I didn't build anything, but because life has thrown me some curveballs lately, so I've been taking care of more important things. But I did get some parts that I ordered from Pick a Brick. So I got the transparent tiles that I need for building the Neo Shiaga module that I'll probably have time to build now. I also got in the same order some trans dark, the trans black, the new trans black, the 1x4.
1x4.
I got a bunch of those because I want to add the modules to my star base. So I need to modify them. So I did get a bunch of those for the windows.
Yeah.
And I also got some the new reddish orange.
Ooh.
What are those? 1x2s?
1x2s. A bunch of 1x2s. That's 40 of them. And I got a bunch of.
Yeah, I love the zooming in. I've got really high quality production now. Ooh, the shiny battery brick.
The shiny battery brick, just because I want to build
batteries.
Oh. I will say
that, and we do get a bunch of the 1x1 round tiles with the poly bags because there's always an extra one in it, and there's always an extra one in all the sets that they came in. So
which sparked a conversation because you were saying the 1x2 tile wasn't available.
Yeah, the 1x2 tile wasn't available on Pick a Brick when I ordered.
Now they are. So
now they are, but now I don't have any money. So
no, exactly.
And I did get also a bunch of the new helmets.
Ooh, green. Oh yes, I've got those on order. I'm still waiting for my order to ship because I placed it a little later than you guys.
And got a bunch of blue wings. I finally got the other side of my blue wings because the last time I just ordered some left ones, and now I had the right ones.
So. The right ones. Cool. Matt, what were you going to say? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I was just saying that the trans black when he held it up in the screen, it didn't even look transparent. Like it just.
I know. When I got the bag and I opened up the bag, I thought they messed up my order because I saw a bunch of blacks 1x4. I'm like, I didn't order that. And then I looked closer and I opened the bag and wow, it's trans dark, trans really dark. Black, but it's really, really black.
Yeah. So cool. All right. So yeah, you got parts. That's awesome. I've been updating Shop at Home every day just for the parts that I ordered because hopefully I'm hoping they get shipped soon. And my order that I did a small bricks and pieces order with my orders on Monday when the new set came out, when the new gift and purchase came out. They're being shipped today. So I've got 2 boxes coming tomorrow and 1 box coming in on Friday of parts because I'm crazy. Of sets. But I'll have stuff to build again, which is nice. So, but anything else we want to talk about, or should we call it a night? Call it a night.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Matt, what time zone are you in right now? What time is it there?
I'm in Mountain, so it's only
8:49.
It's almost 9 here, but it's like 11 Eastern.
Yeah. Well,
my body's still kind of on Eastern.
For sure. All right. Well, then we'll call it for a night. Thank you everybody for watching. We will be back again next week, where we'll have hopefully more Lego news and stuff to talk about, and probably some more bantering.
And maybe a team.
And maybe a what?
A team.
A tea?
A team.
A team.
Like a team song or no.
A theme.
Yes.
Okay. We haven't had a theme for a while, like something to talk about that.
Well, not a team to play. Not now. Like
a new theme to talk about.
No, like a video opener.
Oh, someone's working on some stuff on the side.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I won't argue. I saw some Du Ton de Brick videos pop on YouTube this week for your show coming up 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
So, which I can't go to because that's now the day that we're doing that like 8+ hour deployment or network. Not that I was 100% going, but I was considering it. But anyway, all right, we'll talk to everybody later. I'm hitting the button, so everybody have a